more involuntary than verbal. So non-verbal communication is more involuntary. So there are some instances in which we verbally communicate involuntarily. These types of exclamation are often verbal response to a surprising stimulus. For example, we make certain exclamation, ouch, stop. So these are surprising stimulus. Involuntary non-verbal signals are much more common. So these type of non-verbal communication in which we spontaneously express our feeling are more common than the verbal messages or verbal signals. Most non-verbal communication is completely involuntary. However, we accompany non-verbal communication with our verbal communication, and this goes side by side. Both these things go side by side. So more difficult to control. So it is very difficult to control if you are in a habit of using your hands when you are talking or putting on a certain facial expression when you are talking. So it's very difficult that you could stop this non-verbal behavior. The involuntary nature of much non-verbal communication makes it more difficult to control or fake. For example, if you are meeting somebody for the first time, you may put on a smile on your face, but it's very difficult to express your happiness in this first meeting. So it's very difficult to control or fake your non-verbal messages. Non-verbal communication leaks out in ways that expose our underlying thoughts or feeling. So if you are not a trained actor, it's very difficult that you could control your feelings or you could control what is on your mind. This we see that especially in our informal settings, informal communication, we find it's very difficult to control this aspect of the message. Representatives must learn to control their facial expression and other non-verbal communication. Certain people are the face of a certain groups in society. They are celebrities, they are spokesmen, or they are the representative of certain organization. They are face of these organization or these groups. So they need to learn how to hide their non-verbal communication or non-verbal messages. So it's very important. Similarly, professions often require them to have more awareness of and control over their non-verbal communication. For example, doctors, it is the demand of their profession that they must hide their feelings. When they are examining a patient, they know the stage of the patient or the severity of the disease. But it's very important that they must hide their feeling, they must hide their understanding, and they give hope to the patient. Similarly, therapists, police officers, teachers, when they are interacting with people, they know more than the verbal messages they are receiving from the people they are interacting with. As similarly, they understand more than the addressees. So they are supposed to hide their feelings, their non-verbal cues, their non-verbal messages, and do not let other people know that what they feel. So this is very important. They have to learn it to deal with people. So most people whose careers don't involve conscious manipulation of non-verbal signals find it difficult to control or suppress them. Obviously, if people are in such professions in which they don't have to deal with other people the way a police officer deals with, or a teacher deals with, a doctor deals with, or a therapist deals with, or someone is a face of an organization, so he or she will find it difficult to hide the non-verbal messages. So sending verbal messages can be stopped, not our non-verbal messages. A child may stop talking to his mother or father for the time being. But the way he puts up blank faces and the way he stares to the father or mother also gives a non-verbal message to the parents. So it is difficult for young children or the people in such situation to stop their non-verbal messages. So we can say that non-verbal communication is irrepressible. We cannot repress non-verbal communication. It is involuntary. We cannot help making it. This takes place automatically. This is so biologically based that we cannot stop it.